It's a very sound win for the Toronto Raptors. My God, the Detroit Pistons are awful. I feel so bad for Cade Cunningham. That team is downright horrific. The Raptors take care of business, winning 142-113, and this game was never in doubt. Right from the get-go, the Raptors were the better team. I don't think they ever led in this game. Maybe very early. No, they never led in this game. And the Raptors at one point were up by 40. They were they just beat the living snot out of the Detroit Pistons. And it felt like on offense, when they had their starters out there, they got anything they wanted. And every play, every time the Raptors came down the floor, whether it was in transition, whether it was, 5-on-5, it just felt like they were getting their way. And it just shows you how horrific the Pistons are, who have now lost 11 consecutive and are 2-12 on the year. Look, you didn't let Detroit hang around. You didn't let them crawl back and go on a run. You didn't let any of that nonsense happen. You got out to a big lead, punched them in the face, pretty much, and didn't let them crawl back. Basically, you took them to school, took their lunch money every day for the entire school year. That's basically what it felt like tonight. With the win, the Raptors are now 6-7 on the year. And look, I'm not going to say I'm impressed with the game because you did your job. But the way they did it, being basically perfect, I was just very impressed. We'll get into the player-specific stuff in a second here. We'll just rip through the game stuff. So 32-20 in the first quarter, 37-25 in the second quarter, 35-27 in the third quarter, and they lost the fourth by 3, 41-38. How unfortunate. And you win by, what is that? 29, is that? Even though it was a lot worse for most of the game. Team stats, they actually shot 47% from the field, but the problem was the Raptors wanted it more on the glass. We shot 54% from the field, 16 more makes. They were 9 for 26 from 3. Raptors were 39% from 3, 14 for 36. Only 62% from the free throw line, 18 for 29, which is still not great at all. They shot 74 from the line, plus 6 in the glass, plus 5 in the offensive glass. 44 assists. Like I mentioned, every time they were coming down the floor, they got everything they wanted. When it came to ball movement, when it came to cuts, off-ball cuts, they got everything they wanted. 44 dimes, ball moving from start to finish, really. Just a solid dub, right? Turnovers-wise, they had 17 turnovers leading to 24 points. Raptors had 7 turnovers leading to only 7 Pistons points. You dominated them in the paint, 70-52 points. Where are we? Fast break, 27-16. Like, you dominated. You beat the crap out of them. Now, Jakob Poeltl, I thought when the game was actually not over in the first quarter, I thought his defense was outstanding. His defense in the paint, he was flat out just dominant. He was a brick wall in there when it came to guys are driving downhill. He's either going to block your shot or he's going to make it basically impossible for you. He looked fantastic. 16, 10, and 4, 6-6 from the field. A lot of off-ball, cuts to the basket. Players hitting him, and he's getting the bucket, right? 6-6 from the field, 4 of 5 from the free throw line, a steal, 3 blocks on the floor. Great job from Yak today. This was one of those games where you want to see him start to gain mojo with it, and this shows you how good he can be, right? I understand it's the Pistons, and their 5 was Isaiah Stewart, who obviously isn't a 7-footer. He's only 6'9", so you have the size mismatch, and you won. You outplayed their center by a mile, as you should have. Dennis Schroeder started out red hot. He was the offensive juggernaut in the first 5 or 6 minutes of the game. 17 points, 2 boards, 7 assists, 8 of 15 from the field, 1 of 2 from the line, 0 of 4 from 3, had a steal in the game. By the way, Yaka was a plus 21, Dennis plus 19. Great to see OG Anunoby back. Don't start freaking out about the shot numbers being down. Obviously, with the finger issue that he had on his shooting hand, it's going to take some time to get adjusted to that and just play through it. You need him defensively. 9, 5, and 3 for OG. 2 of 11 from the field, 4 of 6 from the line, 1 of 6 from 3. Again, doesn't really matter too much. 2 steals in the game, was a plus 15. Great stuff. Scotty Barnes, if he played, right, more than 25 minutes, he would have had a triple-double. 17 points, 7 boards, 9 assists, 7 of 11 from the free throw line, the 3 of 4 from 3, and the conviction taking the 3. Not the catch it, look for a pass, and then say screw it and chuck up a 3. No, catch it, look confident shooting it. And he did all night long. He was aggressive. He was running up and down the floor like a damn gazelle all night long, or afternoon long. He was great, as usual. Plus 37 in 25 minutes. Scotty just, did his job. Pascal Siakam was great yet again. Started slow. I think he started like 1 of 5 and 2 of 7 from the field, but ended the game 23.7 boards, 6 assists, 10 of 18 from the field, 2 of 3 from the line, and he finally made a 3. And you saw the reaction from Pascal like, oh, thank God. 1 fell. 1 of 2 from three-point range for Pascal Siakam. Had a steal in the game. It was a plus 23. Gary Trent Jr., great to see scoring off the bench from Gary. That's been the thing for him, right? Over his career with the Toronto Raptors, he's been a great starter, but the moment you put him on the bench, he just he loses all sorts. He can't really do it too well. Well, today, came off the bench, 18 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 6 of 12 from the field, 4 of 4 from the line, 2 of 7 from distance. Had a steal and a block in the game, was a plus 20. Awesome stuff. Bench-wise, Precious Achiuwa's energy early in the game looked awesome. 12.6 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 of 10 from the field, was 2 of 4 from 3, but started the game 2 of 2 from distance, plus 17. Chris Boucher, confidence, and that's what we want to see from him. 14.6 rebounds, 5 of 7 from the field, 3 of 4 from distance. Great stuff there. Look, you won the ball game. It is what it is. You move on, right? And honestly, I'm not going to talk too much more about this game because you played every aspect great. You didn't turn the ball over. When you turned them over, you scored. You were knocking down threes at almost a 40% clip. You were moving the ball, 44 assists. You made all your field goals pretty much. You shot, 55 or 56% from the field. Sure, the free throws maybe is the one thing you want to look at, but man, they took care of business, and that's really what this game is. And this is going to be an interesting stretch for the Toronto Raptors. And the reason I say that, and I mentioned it in the last video, going into play today, the Raptors have played 12 games, right? Half of them against Philly, Milwaukee, and Boston. That's an insane schedule. So we looked forward a bit. We saw Pistons, Magic, who are beating the snot out of the Indiana Pacers right now, but they're 7-5. They're not like an insane. They're not a Philly. They're not a Boston. They're not a Milwaukee. They're not a Denver. They're not in that tier. So where the Raptors sit, it's going to be interesting to tell. You got the Pacers, who are right now are getting their teeth kicked in by Orlando, and they're 7-4. They'll be 7-5. So kind of they're in that same spot as well. The Bulls are not good. Cleveland, they're kind of in where you are right now. So how are you going to look there? The Nets, same sort of thing. So you have a game, like a stretch against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams. If you want to count the Pistons, 6, where you can kind of show where the Raptors actually do sit. And I'm very intrigued to see what happens after that. So, first up, Magic, Tuesday in Orlando. I think it's game 2 of the in-season tournament, I believe, for the Toronto Raptors. It is. It's a 7 o'clock tip-off in Orlando, Florida. And, hey, you win the game. Not only do you show us a little bit, you're back to 500 again. So, let's see how it goes, all right? So, you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and the dub today, hit that like button. I do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button. You guys are not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. What'd you like, what'd you not like from the game for the Toronto Raptors? Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff is down below. So follow up there if you're not done so already. And I'll talk to you guys, of course, Leafs edition when they come back to North America on Friday afternoons. They're in Chicago taking on the Blackhawks at 2 p.m. And as for the Toronto Raptors, like we talked about, they're back in action on Tuesday as they're in Orlando taking on the Magic for game 2 of the in-season tournament play. 7 o'clock tip-off there in Florida. We'll talk to you guys. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And, of course, the dub today. It was very relaxing. We'll talk to you guys then.